Paper Mario is one of Nintendo's most successful franchises, but it isn't without its ups and downs. While some games are critically acclaimed and even considered one of the best RPGs of all time, others really missed the mark. And that's why today I wanted to rank every single Paper Mario game from worst to best. Now with that being said, let's begin our list with the worst Paper Mario game of all time, and this should come to no surprise to anyone, it's Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. As the second Paper Mario title in the series, this game needed to inspire something new from the first game, but instead it just added a bunch of new features that nobody asked for. I think one of the #1 problems with this game is the battle system. They really tried too hard to make this like a traditional JRPG game, and instead it just felt cluttered and just overall not fun. I mean, the fact that they did try to improve on Paper Mario alone was kind of flawed in the first place. I mean, why would we ever want turn-based battling in a Mario game? When has that ever been a good idea? And The Thousand Year Door just made it worse by giving your partners their own HP, so you'll probably be in the fight for longer, and now you have to do these stupid action commands to increase your meter? It's just silly, and it's overall a time waster. But this is far from all the problems I have with this game, and honestly I could do a video on it alone. But another huge issue is that this game's storyline is just bad. It really tries hard to make it seem like a journey, you know, like you're going across this treasure map and getting all these different treasures, and it just falls flat. It adds all these really terrible side characters with bad backstories, and I really hated it. I mean, they tried to be a little more creative with the side characters and partners, but all that did was take away that original Mario charm that we want. But instead, all we get are these terrible original characters like Vivian and Bobbery that bring nothing to the table. We would have done much better with a Goomba, a Koopa, or just a Boo simply. All they had to do was make Mario and Luigi the playable characters, but instead they gave Luigi this stupid side story that no one cares about at all. And these gameplay elements aren't even the worst part. In my opinion, I hate the music, and the graphics are just terrible. Everything put together about this game is how you know you failed as a game developer. Nintendo should be ashamed for ever trying to put out a game like this on their platform. In fact, I think Nintendo should consider themselves lucky that this didn't kill just the Paper Mario series, but the entire Mario series in general. But with that all being said, there is one game which I would consider probably on just as bad of a level as The Thousand Year Door, and that's the original Paper Mario. While not quite as bad as The Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario really didn't do much better. I mean, sure, the battle system was a little bit better, it wasn't as complicated, and you can get in and out of them quite fast, but it still wasn't fun. This is still a turn-based battling game, which is just not good. Nobody wanted this. Mario was doing great when it was just a classic platformer game, and now we have to do things like care about a story and characters. Like, who cares about all that? We just want to play a game with, you know, traditional Mario elements. Now, I will have to say the partners in this game are really basic, which is awesome because it gives you that classic Mario feel. Some are a bit too unique, but it's not a big deal. And I do also have to commend this game for making the boss battles and puzzles surprisingly easy, because as a kid, well, I don't think we would have the skill nor desire to beat some of the bosses in Thousand Year Door. But anyway, I don't really want to talk about Paper Mario anymore. I mean, it's just not that good overall. But next, things start to get a little bit better with Super Paper Mario. Now, finally, Super Paper Mario can say that it got rid of the worst mechanic in the series, which was turn-based battling. I mean, if they were going for nostalgia, this absolutely hit the mark. I mean, just look at the first world in the game. This feels like Mario. I love it. It also added a new mechanic, which was kind of weird, but it was alright, which was flipping the levels, essentially changing between 2D and 3D perspectives. This did add a little bit into the game, but I don't know, I think it might have been a little too much. I also have to say that instead of partners, they added Mario, Princess Peach, Luigi, and Bowser as your party members, and I'm a big fan of that because, again, the nostalgia factor. But this is where the good things end, because there is one thing about Super Paper Mario that makes it one of the worst games in the series, and that's the terrible story. While on a surface level it does seem intriguing, all it really is just edginess, and it doesn't actually say anything of substance. They try to make Mario seem like this crazy hero who's gonna save the universe. But when was that Mario's job in the first place? Mario, at worst, had to save Princess Peach from Bowser. Really, no one asked Mario to save the universe. So why are we doing it? Why do we have to play this terrible storyline? And not only that, this is all happening with a bunch of new characters that I've never seen before, so I have no real connection to them. But you know what? It's okay, because the game that comes after this on this list is one of my favorites, and I think going forward, all of these games are really, really good. And yes, to no one's surprise, one of the better games of the series is Paper Mario: The Origami King. Now I know it's one of the latest titles in the Paper Mario series, so of course it's gonna be good, but hear me out. People really underrate how good this game is. Now usually I'm not a big fan of originality, but this game added a brand new element of origami, and this really hit home for me. Growing up, I made a ton of origami with my mom. It was one of my favorite pastimes as a child, but when I saw it attached to Mario, my favorite franchise, finally, this is the game I've been waiting for. This is one of the best titles in the entirety of Nintendo. And not only did this add a nostalgia factor to the game, but it also created a bunch of new gameplay options. For example, in your first battle of the game, they did bring back turn-based battling, which kinda sucks, but it's an amazingly designed puzzle system this time. It's not just your traditional JRPG battling. And with this new puzzle system combined with the origami elements, I mean, the fun just never ends. I also have to commend this game so much for adding in these partners that are traditional Mario characters. I mean, really, this is what we love. And while I don't think this is the best game of the new generation, I do think it is still amazing. But next, I have to give this spot to Paper Mario Color Splash as the second best game in the franchise. I mean, can you really blame me? This game added so much to the series that we've never seen before. I think the number one element is the fact that you can actually paint the world. When have we ever seen this before in any game ever? And of course, we can play this game on one of Nintendo's best systems, the Wii U. Paper Mario Color Splash essentially took everything that Sticker Star did amazingly and made it better somehow. The graphics are amazing, the music is amazing, everything is just perfect. I mean, even the Toad's dialogue is some of the funniest things I've read in a video game, period. And also, they didn't get rid of the stickers from Sticker Star either. They just introduced it in a different way, being cards. But I cannot contain my excitement for this next game. The best Paper Mario game of all time. And yep, you guessed it, it's Sticker Star. I mean, what's there left to say about this game? Everyone's already told you how great it is, but I don't know, I'll try to sum it up for you right now. Sticker Star was the first handheld Paper Mario title, so now you could play this amazing game, but on the go. Now this title completely overhauled the franchise of Paper Mario, and a lot of people were skeptical whether or not it could save the series after the flop of Super Paper Mario. But rest assured, it kept the series alive and helped it thrive even more. This new gimmick of stickers really changed everything about the game. I mean, take battling for example. Finally, it felt rewarding to battle because we got to use these interesting stickers. Compare that to other games where we had a stupid level up system that made us stronger, but really it didn't add anything of substance. I mean, I just get so excited when I see that I get new stickers or coins from battling. In previous games, I would just run from all my battles, but in this one, I fight every single one. And I haven't even mentioned one of the best parts about this game, which is the soundtrack. I mean, who knew that jazz would fit so perfectly with Mario's aesthetic? Honestly, I'm just eternally grateful for what Paper Mario Sticker Star brought to the franchise, and in my opinion, it saved it. We wouldn't have great games like Color Splash and Origami King without it. And when I see that a game like Thousand Year Door is getting remade, it just makes me angry. Why is such a bad and boring title like the Thousand Year Door the one being remade when there's such an amazing goldmine of a game in Sticker Star that needs to be released on the Switch? But hey, I can't argue with Nintendo. They know what's best for business, I guess. But anyway, what do you guys think about my list? Did I place any games in the wrong spot? You can leave a comment down below and maybe even leave your own list. But anyway, April Fools.